What's up, WWE Champions Universe? This is Lee from Champions Chat, and this is a run it back on the Should You Take Whoever blank 6-star gold series. And we've got somebody who's gold in our 6-star gold. Actually, he's kind of bronzish. Hold on. No, it is. That's the gold gear. Anyway, so by request of Woken Warriors, they have asked, hey, take a look at Dusty Rhodes with the new headband. I know it's been out a month, still new. So the must-see headband, whenever you make 4 or more snowfall gems, increase your red gem damage by 50%. And if you know Hall of Fame Dusty, you know that he makes snowfall gems into red. So that works really well. So we're going to do this move set right here. 6 MP moves on the red. The headbutt, deal damage 5x1 area into snowfall. It's going to make red when they're broken. And a 6x1 area into black gems, which is going to allow you then to choose 6 gems to make into multiply gems of strength 6. So, it'll reload and get going. Now, this is the candy store count, as you can see over there. So this is not mine, although I do have the gold gear. I don't have the silver gear for Dusty, but he does have both gears. So all color moves are starting with 2 more MP, and red gems do 100% more damage. So that means since he has 2 MP there, plus your 1 to start, he starts out with 3 MP, and your moves start out with 6. At least your red moves do. So you would only need this guy right here, or you could even potentially swap for Piper if you wanted to do that, because you'd have 3, 4, 5, and then 6, 7 if you switch for Piper Niven, which I'll do in a second, but I want you to see it if you don't have gear, what he would look like real quick first. So Bushwhacker, 45% additional gem damage on red with that wonderful guy right there. And then we are going to swap out for Sherry as well to see what that looks like. And then 30% red twice on these 2 guys. So that's the big trick. The headband is the way. I will at the end run, once you get Sherry in there especially, and if you're trying to make sure you've got those multi-gems, etc., then you can run something, of the break red, make another color, probably black, since that would get you to his multis, and so on and so forth. But for now, just the headband to kind of see what that looks like. And now he's gold. Now he looks gold. Yay. All right. So you're going to start loaded with your red. Black is not going to start loaded turn 1. That's kind of the way it goes. So you have 2 options there. You can lay your snowfall gems and then pop your black, which is going to make everything red. And then you get your turn. Everything's loaded next turn. Or, if you get lucky with some sort of strange setup, you could, lay the 6x1 black, take a swipe, try to get your moves back, but really this is the way to go. So we are looking at red gems right now doing 300k. 300k. It's not a lot for 6 gold. We're going to make that black, which now we're red, which now we're ready to go on all of our moves turn 2. So 14 million turn 1. Not that much. Not worth doing. But turn 2 is where we go, okay, is this worth it? Is this worth it right here? Well, let's find out. We're going to make, it doesn't really matter, they're all going to become red. Just make sure you put them in the area you're going to make your gems. Then we're going to drop the same red snowfall combo we did before. Right there. And now you can see the headband has ticked, which means we get more damage and he has less kick out ability. Bam, bam, ba bam. 23 million. That is nothing. Literally nothing. So he can't kick out because of the headband, but that's not gonna do it. So then we move on to, okay, the basic setup wasn't great, 23 million, but maybe you've got some more things than this, right? Maybe, just maybe, you've got something else that you'd like to do. So let's take a look and swap out some trainers. Moves, we're going to keep the same for now. Of course, there is this bionic elbow instead of the 6x1 area into black, and you know where that's going to go. But hold on, let me get there. All right, so let's replace here for Piper eventually. We don't have Piper in our mix. Why not? Why not? All right. Well then, where's she at? Where is Piper? Nowhere, 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 nowhere. She's probably attached to somebody. This is the biggest disadvantage of the candy store account. It's really not a major complaint other than, if you're watching, and going, okay, let's see the next thing. Well, it's going to take a minute because everybody is literally the same level. So there's not even like, oh yeah, I've got them at about this. All right, so same setup. We're going to run this, and then we're going to swap on right here the sheriff's badge, or, you could do the black to red. You get a lot less of them, but, you reload your black move right here and kind of see how that does. We are not going to run the seance plate, even though you want to see it. We're not going to run it until the very end. Yes, we will get there. Hold on. We're going to step up his builds increasingly as we go. So this is one more half step up, right? So we went from the most basic build for anybody who's got the Miz plate plus this, and then we're going up the next level. So let's see what Piper does to increase our red gem damage. We did 17-ish million last time around, and 22 million before the, debuffs that he got with the second hit. So let's see what this one does now. We got a little extra cascade in there. 18 million. So almost nothing changed at that point. Almost nothing changed. So that's okay. We're gonna see what happens here. Throw those around. Throw this around. There we go. All right. Now, can it do more than 23 million? Can it do more than 23 million? That's going to help. And reload us. 28 million. If we were 6 silver, I would say that's phenomenal, but this is a 6-star gold character. Now, he's not kicking out. He's not kicking out. So the big thing with the Miz plate is not just the 50% buff, but the fact that they just don't have it in him to kick out. And you saw it. It was 2 turns and a lot of clicks to get there, but he did not kick out. I can confirm. So let's step it up one more time here. Still the same setup. You could go black on black. If just say, let's just call it out real quick here. If you have it, if you've got the drip plate, but the question was, should you take him up with the headband? The drip plate is not the conversation we're having right now. It's the headband conversation. There are other videos for Dusty plus drip. Let's look at Dusty plus headband and see what we're looking at. So now we would sub out Piper because she is the lesser of the two between Davy Boy and Piper for your multiply trainers, right? So in this case, we'll just go straight to Sherry. If you have Matt like me and not Sherry like me, you can just kind of decrease it accordingly. But this setup right here then gives us the the ability to see what does Sherry impact this. We'll keep everything here the same, and then we'll run the Hauntomaniac, or sorry, the Hauntomaniac. Seance. We'll run the Seance plate just so you can see it, but I mean, that is a very, very, very rare plate. So with tour perks, you're going to start loaded turn 1. Unfortunately for us, we don't have those. So all I really want to see here is him hit me and not quit me, if you know what I mean. Because if he gets his sub, which he's likely to, then we're going to have to restart the match real quick. And maybe put in Santa Hogan just to get it moving. Just to get it moving along. 12 million. Man. Crazy. Crazy how little damage. Don't use this up. Don't use this up. Don't use this up. They really need to change the priority tree on these because the sub is the priority tree. Just if you're curious about that. And yeah, it makes me sad. Down in my bowels. It makes me sad. Because then I have to redo things. Let's see. Papa Pump I could go against, but he'll sub. And there's not a Hall of Fame rec on here. Yeah, I mean, this is the best way forward. It really is. So I can't see like for like if I take one of these guys off, and we don't have... we're going to have to do it. We're going to have to put Santa Hogan on there because we don't have props on this account. We have asked for them so many times. So many times, but they're not there. So it is what it is. All right, but this is Super Santa, so in this case it benefits us because he does have 18k, so you can see the damage just a little bit more closely to what it would work out with how you'll have him. So, all right, let's try it with Sherry one more time, and then we'll run the Hauntamaniac and just see what sort of damage that does. Just why not, you know? Why not? All right, same thing. Nothing's changed. We're just doing the clicky clickies to get to the next set of clicky clickies and see what the damage do. There we go. That plate's super helpful. 14 million. Man, 14 million used to be unthinkably good. Like unheard of. Definitely not anymore. Definitely not the case. So, let's throw some Maltese down. Maltese Falcons. And Sherry's buffing those to times 10. We'll go there. You can see the plate procced. Right there. I'm guessing 30 million. 30 million is my guess. What do we got? 33. He's not going to kick out because of the plate. So this isn't so much how much damage can he do as much as it is the plate prevents the damage on the kick out, which is nice. I mean, it's a good way to win. He's turned 2, you know, but that is what it is. The only way around that would be to swap in double MP trainers because there's not a red and black. There's a red and green and a black and purple, I think, between the 4 MP trainers. So maybe in the future that would add something to it. But yeah, not at the moment. Well, let me just make sure I'm not missing any movesets here, right? Subs, remaining submission turn into none. What? Remaining submission turn into none gems. Okay, awesome. 5 to make black. Yeah, that would be more drip build. 5 to destroy. You could run that with the drip build. 6 snowfall into black. That'd be fine for triple color. Increase your black gem damage by 100%. Now, if that were increase your red gem damage, that might do something for me. You know, triple red would be awesome at that point, but it's not. All right, so then let's do the other thing, and let's move Sherry back away, if it'll let me put Piper back on there quick, and see what the Seance is doing with this build. There we go. Now, why her? 40% for every red gem, and we're going to make a lot of red gems, versus addition on 6 gems, which we're already going to have broken anyway. That's the thinking I had there. Ghostbuster, Head of the Seance. If they could just reskin these plates and add them back in, that would be amazing. I mean, not that I could get them. They're so good, they're so rare. But for those who do have the Seance and the Drip and the, you know, the Phantasm, all those plates, it's quite unfair. They're so good and they're so not available. But it is what it is. All right, so now this is going to hit twice because we're not going to hit the multi-gems before the seance goes off because all these red gems are going to make the seance go right away. But let's just see what it does anyway, right? Add that. We've buffed the 50% with the Miz headband again. So you seance that on top of that. Ooh, only 30 million even with the seance. He's not going to kick out because of the headband. So we're not going to see what turn 2 damage would look like with that. But still, 30 million with a seance. And the only thing you're doing is adding 6 gems that are multis in the mix. So even if he gets to 45 with that, it's just not there for me, man. It's just not there for me. So, Woken, let me know if I ran him wrong. That is certainly a possibility. But for me, I go back to kind of Rusty's original assessment with his video on should you take him 6-star gold. I just don't see the damage there. The headband, if you got it, and if you got her, is far better on Trish. And so that's where I would put mine if I had gotten it, which I did not. I don't know that I'd put it on him. Turn 2 wins, not bad. Not a ton of clicking to get there, and it's an easy setup. So, I mean, yeah, against 6-star silvers, this is going to be a great character. In feud, though, I don't see it. I just don't see it. Again, let me know I'm wrong. I'm glad to be wrong. I'd rather characters be better than I think they are than overhype them. So that's where I'd be. Well, that's your run it back on Dusty Rhodes Hall of Fame. Let me know what you think in the comments section. Like this video, subscribe to Champions Chat, and then send this to your friends or faction mate who are going, well, I've got the headband. I've got gear. I've got Dusty. What should I do? Here's what you do. Talk to you on the next one. Bye. In this case, don't do it.